All right, so a wonderful morning to everyone. Hello to all our YouTube viewers. Welcome to StackLeague University Series, National University Edition. I am King and I will be your host for today. So before anything else, I would like to remind everyone that if you have any questions about the session, you may type them in the comment section and we will be addressing them later at the Q&A session. Okay, so before we go through with the main event, we would like to give you an overview of Stack League. So Stack League now in its second competitive year, Stack League wouldn't be possible without the support of our partners, and we're very glad and we're very fortunate to be supported by the top companies in the industry. So we have our platinum sponsor, we have the Packetworks silver sponsor, we have Coding Chiefs and bronze sponsors, we have Microsoft, Deltec Systems, Upper.ph, Recruit Day, Gcash, Likha IT, and Manulife. And of course, we have our StackLeague media partners. We have Spark Up, Apps Gadget, What's Up Filipinas, Corner Magazine PH, Androidist, Megabytes, Backend News, Blue Wing, and Manila Republic. And of course, the same goes for our community partners who help the league reach as many programmers in the country as possible. So here they are. And also, one of the initiatives of Stack League is the Stack League Ambassador Program. And we would like to congratulate our ambassador program for the month of August. So, congratulations to Lihan Carmona for being the Stack League Ambassador for the month of August, winning the 3,000 cash prize and Stack League t-shirt. So, if you want to be if you want to be the next Stack League Ambassador and win the cash prize and t-shirt, the program for September is still open. So you still have 1 week left before you reach to become or before you become the Stack League ambassador for the month of September. So you can find the full mechanics at our website. It's bit.ly/StackLeagueAmbassador 2022. And now to know more about Stack League, here is Haifa Karina to give you an overview of Stack League.
Hello everyone, my name is Haifa and I will be giving you an overview of what StackLeague is all about. StackLeague is the Philippines' largest online programming league. The mission is to develop programming leaders that inspire a nation into coding. The tournament is powered by StackTrick's fully automated talent, analytics, and assessment platforms. Now, what are the highlights of the league? The Pioneering Programming League was launched last March 16, 2021, and is now gathering over 15,000 tech talents across the country to test their leadership, perseverance, and coding skills with a promise of nationwide media recognition, lots of prizes, thousands of tech job opportunities, and access to invitation-only events. The league's year-round cash prize pool is now at 10 million pesos in the duration of the whole competition. That is for 2022. And one of the highlights in the Stack League is the weekly stack race, which is both for individual and teams. Each week, the top 10 challengers and the top 3 teams are announced all across Stack League social media platform to recognize the challengers who stayed on top of their rankings. Apart from this, we also have the Stack League featured programmer and team campaign. The weekly top 10 challengers and top 3 teams are going to be featured on Stack League's website and on our social media channels. Now, Stack League will also be hosting numerous tech and career sessions all throughout the year. Aside from this, there are also exclusive trainings available for ranking to the next challenger levels. And these events and trainings are all for free. So if you are interested in different industry trends, technologies, best practices, as a challenger in Stack League, you will have access to all of these learning sessions. Now, what's next? We also have the Stack League Ambassador Program, and it is a year-round initiative to reward Stack League challengers who go beyond the competition and inspire the nation into coding. To tell you more about the Stack League Ambassador, here is a short clip for you to watch. All the Stack League Ambassador, wherein you will get, if you become the Ambassador of the month, you will be receiving 3,000 pesos. And if you become the Ambassador of the year, you will be receiving 20,000 pesos. And there are multiple ways for you to become a Stack League Ambassador. One is to really refer as many developers or interested developers to take on the challenges at Stack League. That's one. And then the other one is to post blogs or features using your own websites or other blogging platforms. That way, you also get ambassador points. And now, for the supported programming languages in the league, we have JavaScript, Java, Python, C Sharp, and PHP. Now, how the ranking system goes. So, after signing up, you will start at the bottom with 0 points. All you need to do is solve as many challenges as you can and earn the corresponding points. So the more points you earn, the higher your ranking goes. Once you have accumulated enough points, you can now get to the next level. You got to the next level where most opportunities are unlocked for you. So there are 3 challenger levels. We have bronze, silver, and gold levels. Now, the new thing that this year, 2022, is that the challenger level up now has prizes. So if you will able to unlock bronze level, you will be receiving, oh, here you go. You will be receiving 100 pesos. So that's 100 pesos as soon as you level up to bronze. Then as you level up to silver, you will be receiving another 100 pesos. And when you reach gold, you will be receiving and rewarded with 300 pesos. So overall, you will be receiving a total of 500 pesos as you level up from unranked, bronze, silver, and then gold. Okay? So now if you become part of the one of the 10 challengers to win this week. So on a weekly basis, we have rewards for the top 10. So there is also the Stack League Treasure Chest. That is what we call the initiative, wherein the weekly top 10 challengers will receive 500 pesos cash prize. What else? So there are a lot of things happening in Stack League, but this is also one of the highlights of Stack League for the year. We have what we call the Stack League Playoffs. So what is a playoffs? It is a single elimination tournament featuring all monthly qualifiers where all weekly top 10 Stack League challengers will automatically be invited to the monthly qualifier rounds, and you can read the mechanics at Stack League Playoffs 2022 to know 2022. And to know more, here is another clip for you to watch. Okay. All right. So as you can see here, we have the monthly qualifiers happening every month. And that happens, the playoffs monthly qualifiers happens every fourth Saturday of the month. So that's every from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So every month we are giving away for the top one. The top one winner will be receiving 5,000 pesos, and the top two will be receiving 3,000 pesos. Now, if you are interested in the schedule for the upcoming months, these are the schedules that we have. You can see them on your screen. Now, all of these players at the end of the year, by December, there will be a single elimination, as you can see the chart here, and the best players in the league will be crowned here through the playoffs. And with that one, I give you the overview of Stack League. Now, let's go back and welcome back our host.
All right. So thank you so much, Haifa, for giving a short introduction of Stack League. So I know you guys are very much excited for our session for today. And so that let's not delay this any further to introduce to you our first speaker. He is a senior software engineer at ATOS or Atos. He has worked with different tech companies already for almost 7 years now. These companies include Accenture, Cognizant, and Alorica. He specializes more on enterprise solution development using .NET technologies. And lastly, he is also a content creator at YouTube. Let's all give a warm welcome to the senior software engineer from Atos, John Paul Lazaro. Good morning, John Paul.
Good morning.
Oop, sige,
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So basically, before I start, I'd like to thank StackLeague and National University for having me here um, to share my experiences in tech. So basically, I'm excited to share my experiences and the life in tech. So let's talk about careers in tech. So basically, curious ba kayo kung ano yung mga pwede nyong maging work in the future? So ito yung talk na magbibigay sa iyo ng idea kung ano yung pwede nyong i-pursue in the future. And if may mga katanungan kayo sa work or sa programming languages, you can directly ask me sa Q&A session natin later. But for now, let me introduce myself. Next slide, please. So, King already mentioned that I am a software engineer at Atos. I also a YouTube content creator. I talk about programming, coding tips, and also coding tutorials in YouTube. I've been working for almost 8 years now, 7 years to 8 years now, and I also work with different top tech companies industries in the Philippines. So, if gusto mong mag-work sa Accenture, sa Cognizant, or sa Alorica in the future, um, pwede kang magtanong sa akin for me to provide you kung ano yung mga skills na dapat mong matutunan for a certain job. And then, yun, here's my Facebook fan page and YouTube channel. Alright, so I think we can start na sa ating presentation. Next slide, please. Okay, so before we begin, I would like to ask you this. So, how are you guys? Musta kayo? You can chat to our comment section. Kamusta naman yung pag-aaral nyo? Everything is okay ba? Marami bang nahihirapan? Saan kayo nahihirapan? And then, wala atang nagko-comment ah. Mahiyain sila. Just maximize our comment section. So, gusto ko kayong kamustahin. And I hope na okay kayo. You're doing well on your studies, in your subjects, and your grades. So, I think walang nagko-comment ngayon. Pero I hope na okay kayo. So, gusto ko umpisahan yung talk ko na kamustahin muna lahat ng students from National University. Okay? So, I hope okay naman kayo. From Nahemia Abad, okay naman, still learning pa din. Nice one, Nahemia. Continue nyo lang yung learning nyo kasi it's part of um, experience din sa college. And then, including sa work. So, kailangan niyo din talaga mag-aral continuously. So, later on pag-usapan natin yung mga bagay na yun. And si Jasreen Aquino, buhay pa naman daw siya. So, ayun, mabuhay ka lang hangga't gusto mo. Si Robbie, so far so good. Yun. So, I'm very happy kasi most of the students from NU are okay naman sa kanilang studies. So, basically si Zentic, nagsa-struggle daw siya sa PE. So, actually importante din yung PE kasi it boost up our, mind kapag nag-aaral tayo. Kasi normally 'pag hindi tayo nag-exercise, iba yung thinking natin, minsan tinatamad tayo. Unlike 'pag inumpisa mo yung araw mo na nag-exercise ka, um, nagkakaroon ka ng gana for a day. So, seryosohin niyo din yung PE. It's not part of coding pero, it helps a lot. Okay. Sige, next slide please. So, basically, yung mga jobs na puwede niyong applyan in the future, um, are these, jobs. So, most commonly, more on programming jobs yung, mga jobs ng mga IT 'no. So, yun yung pinaka-common. Pero bukod dun, madami pang opportunities na puwedeng na you can land in the future after your college. So, start muna tayo sa first three. Ito yung developer's job. So, yung first job na pwede mong, maging work in the future will be, yung back-end development or being a back-end developer, right? So, basically, back-end developer is more on, back-end services or web APIs development. So, sila yung taong gumagawa ng mga APIs, ng mga nagpo-protect ng security ng mga data. Coding jobs pa din 'to, pero ang different lang niya sa front-end is yung mga hindi nakikita ni end user sa, let's say, sa website. Yun yung ginagawa ni back-end, like yung security, yung mga pag-manage ng mga database, pag-connect sa mga external services, pag-develop ng mga web APIs, and also yung mga optimization sa back-end service. And then sa front-end naman, sila yung mga gumagawa ng mga front-facing na mga website, na mga mobile apps, um, which ito yung nakikita ni end user. Parang kunyari, yung Facebook, yun yung nakikita natin, 'di ba? So, yung mga data na kailangan para mabuo yun, yun yung ginagawa or mga services, yun yung ginagawa ni back-end. Yung front-end naman, sila yung responsible dun sa pag-present ng data sa interface. So, interface could be website, could be mobile apps or IoT. So, pero normally sa industry ang mga front end lang is more on ano sila, sa website sila naka-focus. Okay? So, yung third na puwedeng work nyo as a developer is itong full stack. Sila yung group of, developers na kayang gawin yung both back-end and front-end. So, may mga tao kasing marunong din mag-backend, meron marunong din silang mag-frontend. So, they both have these, skills for backend and frontend. Okay. And also meron tayong mobile developer. So, si mobile developer naman, para siyang front-end developer din. Pero depende din 'to sa architecture ng mobile app na ginagawa niyo. So, normally yung mobile developer, minsan, gumagawa din siya ng mga service, pero ideally dapat yung mobile developer naka-focus lang din siya sa UI. And then yung architecture niya will be magko-connect lang din siya dapat sa API. Pero may mga structure kasi na magkasama sila. So, yun, puwede din kayong maging mobile developer kung mahilig kayong gumawa ng mga mobile apps, no? So, if you wanna pursue that in the future, why not? So, hindi tayo limited sa website, hindi tayo limited sa mobile apps. Puwede niyo explore lahat ng, areas na gusto niyo, i-pursue in the future. And then, you can also be a game developer. So, I think most of the students are you know, keen to gaming. So mahilig kayo mag-gaming. So this something na pwede mo din i-pursue in the future. So um, you can use C sharp, you can use C++ and other technologies and super daming programming language na nagsusupport na ng game development. Unity, so pwede kayong mag-aral ng Unity. So, yun yung ano, game developer. So, i-pursue nyo yan if gusto nyo. And then, we also have designer jobs like UI UX. So, sila naman yung responsible for sa mga design, saka sa efficiency ng mga design nyo sa website or sa mobile apps. Si UI, this is more on colors, more on layouts. Si UX naman, this more of how you interact with a certain interface like sa mobile app. May certain rule kasi ang designing. So let's say meron kang mobile app. So yung design ng mobile app mo, um, kunyari yung thumb mo, kung ano yung mas malapit sa thumb mo, yun yung efficient. Okay? So let's say ito yung phone, di nakikita ata sa ano. So yung phone mo, kung ano yung mas malapit sa thumb mo, yun yung accessible sa'yo. So kung mapapansin mo yung mga camera natin, nasa baba yung mga pindutan niya, 'di ba? Wala sa gitna, wala sa taas, wala sa gilid, wala sa kanan. So kasi yun yung malapit sa thumb. So mas madali mo siya mapipindot kumbaga. So yun yung trabaho ni UI UX designer. Hindi lang siya more on design, mga kulay ng mga website, mga kulay ng mga mobile apps. Kino-consider din nila yung how they how users interacts with your application. So yun yung UI UX. Okay? And then itong pinaka nakikita kong future ng mga IT. So, being a cloud engineer. So, ngayon kasi lahat ng mga technologies nasa cloud na. So, yung cloud dito, marami silang services. So, it can be storage, it can be server, it can be DevOps. So, may mga role sa industry na sila yung nagme-maintain ng mga server na ginagamit, ng mga code na dine-deploy mo. Sila yung nag-a-assist ng CI/CD or continuous integration. Kasi ngayon 'pag nag-deploy ka, sa kunyari yung app mo, dineploy mo sa server, hindi siya yung traditional na ipe-paste mo yung code mo dun sa server via FTP. So ngayon gumagamit na tayo ng cloud and, meron tayong tinatawag na CI/CD. So, um, yun yung ginagamit natin kaya, for deployment and yun, isa siya sa pinaka, um, mataas yung salary, yung cloud engineer. Kasi medyo kailangan ng certification for this one, okay. And also puwede ka ding maging project manager kung hindi ka naman fan ng mga coding, ng mga designing, if you're, kung naiisip mo na, um, hindi ka para sa designing or coding, pwede ka ding mag-try ng mga leadership na role like project manager. They're the ones um, who manage the team, who manage the deliverables of the team. Okay? So, and also we have Scrum Master. Sila yung mga nagli-lead ng mga Scrum meetings, sila yung nagche-check ng mga deadlines. So, parang project manager din siya pero naka-focus 'to sa delivery. Okay. And then we also have tech lead. So, si tech lead parang similar lang siya sa project manager pero si tech lead more on technicalities yung mina-manage niya. Parang kunyari, kailan natin ide-deploy yung mga ganito, anong kailangan tech support, ano yung mga plano for a certain sprint. So, yun yung um, role ni tech lead. And kung hindi ka naman fan sa mga naunang na-mention, pwede ka din mag-network engineer kung mas gusto mong focus sa network. So, di lang siya limited sa coding. Pwede ka din mag-network. And also graphic designer. So, yung graphic designer, ano naman siya, more on graphic siya. Like, yung mga social media materials natin. Sila yung mga gumagawa ng mga billboards, design sa mga billboards. So, design sa mga merchandise. So, pwede mo din i-explore yung ganong role if fan ka ng mga pagde-design. So, hindi lang siya limited sa programming at all. And also, yung last is yung data scientist. So, si data scientist, siya naman yung nagfo-focus sa data, yung yung structure ng mga data. Kasi lalo sa mga large business and enterprise solution, kailangan nating yung mga data minsan is magugulo, so kailangan may nag-aayos din nun. And normally ang data kasi pinag-aaralan din yan talaga. Kung ano yung structure, kung paano mas mapapaganda, kung paano mas mapapabilis yung mga loading, and optimize kung ano yung mga kailangan lang na data. Sa mga legacy system kasi before, yung mga structure ng data nila hindi gano'n kalinis. So, may mga information na ah, hindi naman akma dun sa system na puwedeng tanggalin. So, normally ang ginagawa ng mga data scientists, pinag-aaralan nila 'yon. So, that's it. And also meron pang ibang hindi ako na-mention dito sa list natin sa careers. Pero, um, in the future possibly magkaroon pa ng mga derived roles kasi yung technology nag-iiba siya talaga. So, for now, ito yung mga roles na alam ko sa industry. And I advise na as a student, you can choose now dito sa mga list na 'to kung ano yung gusto mo i-pursue in the future para makakapag-focus ka na lang sa isang bagay. Kasi in reality hindi ka naman puwedeng maging lahat makukuha mong skills, right? So, you have to choose now kung ano yung gusto mong i-pursue in the future. Okay. Next slide please. Alright, so for this webinar, we're going to focus on a life of a software engineer in tech. So basically, yung responsibilities ng software engineer ay coding. So yung coding can be two things. It can be features, it can be bug. So yung features, ito naman yung um, mga task na pinapagawa ng business para sa isang system. So ito yung um, mga bagong features, parang for example, capabilities ng system. For example, let's say makakapag add ka ng new data. So isa siyang features. ko-connect ka sa isang external na service. So, isa siyang features. Si bug fixing naman, ito yung mga ah, features before na nagfi-fail. It means minsan hindi siya gumagana, nagkakaroon ng issue or error, and then hindi na magamit ng business or ng mga end user. So, yun yung mga bugs. And then, yung bug fix, kailangan mo siyang i-fix because may risk sa health ng system yun kapag may issue. And yung third responsibility naman ni software engineer is to endorse yung bug or features mo sa QA. So, si QA sila yung nag-a-assure ng quality ng mga features or bugs mo. Sila yung nagte-test. Um, Sila yung nag nag-a-accept if okay na ba 'to. And then after QA, tinetest din ng mga ano 'yan, client, which is UAT, user acceptance testing. Okay. So yung fourth responsibility ni developer is to either siya yung maggagawa ng deployment or siya yung magmo-monitor ng deployment ng mga specific task niya. Okay. So, yun lang yung responsibilities ni developer. Next slide, please. DNA of software engineering. All right, so this topic is very important for all the developers. So, number one is consistency for learning. So, since yung learning natin as a developer, kailangan nami-meet natin yung update sa technology. So, lagi kasing nag update yung technologies and sometimes hindi tayo nakakasabay. So, we have to consistently learn um, concepts, technologies, um, mga updates kasi laging may updates yung mga ano yung mga technologies natin. For example, yung C Sharp, before nasa C Sharp 7 lang siya. Ngayon nasa C#10 and mayroon na ding version yung .NET na bago, so .NET 7. So, ngayon as a developer kailangan mong, kailangan mong maging consistent sa learning mo. Kasi yung pagiging IT or pagiging developer, requirement siya sa trabaho. Let's say, may pinagawa yung boss mo na hindi mo alam, siyempre kailangan mong mag-research, kailangan mong alamin. So, part siya ng pagiging software engineer. So, you have to be consistent for your learnings. So, normally yung ginagawa ko, nag-aaral ako each day, nag-aalat ako ng 30 minutes to 1 hour. And sa work, nag-extend ako if may mga bagay akong hindi alam. So, part siya kapag graduate na kayo, continuously ang ating learning as a programmer. Okay, second thing will be our patience. So, you have to be patient on mga issues, mga bugs, sa mga codes na hindi nagwo-work. So, it's normal na minsan nag-e-error talaga yung mga system and 'wag mo isipin na hindi mo mahina kang mag-debug kapag natatagalan kang i-resolve yung isang program mo. It's normal. What you need is just patience and time, of course. Kasi 'pag naiinis kang gawin yung isang bagay, medyo hindi siya pumapabor minsan, eh. So, important, um, important siya kasi kailangan mo talagang pagpasensyahan yung mga errors natin. So, di siya nawawala. Um, Minsan dumadami pa nga, eh. So, yun lang, maging pasensyoso ka lang sa pagko-code. Normal lang na minsan may hindi ka maintindihan, normal 'yun. So, 'wag mo isipin na mabagal ka matuto, it's normal. Always compare your do not compare your day one to your day 7 and your day 7 to your 30th day of coding. So each day may matututunan ka, each day may ma-absorb kang knowledge. So patience lang and kaya mo naman yan. Third thing will be communication skills. So ito pinaka-importante din siya kasi if you don't know how to speak English, you won't be able to talk with clients across the globe. So normally ang mga IT they are connecting with Indians, they're connecting with Americans, Japanese and Europeans. So yung alam ng mga other citizen or nationality is English. So siya yung ginagamit to communicate globally. So you have to learn English. Di ko naman sinasabi na di ka pwedeng magtagalog sa work. May mga Pinoy din na nagtatagalog. Pero yun nga, pag kakausap ka ng kliyente, you have to say it in English. So now I advise na manood ka ng mga movies, magbasa ka ng libro, um, nakakatulong siya or practicein mo talaga na makipag-usap ng English para mas mag-stick 'yun sa utak mo. So, yes, important siya. And yung fourth DNA natin is dapat lagi tayong kalma regardless of situation. For example, sa work, let's say nag-error yung production environment. So, kalma ka lang, mag-isip ka ng solution. Um, Isa siya sa pinakaimportanteng DNA ng isang software engineer. So, dapat maging kalmado lang tayo, kahit anong instance or gaano saklap yung situation. Kasi lahat 'yan, may solution. Just need to figure it out. Okay. So, basically, I already created this content on my channel, but for the sake of NU students, I'd like to mention this. So, most of the students kasi, ah, hindi lang sa NU 'no, sa lahat ng university, aral nila. So, I want this on my talk to your course, okay. So, number 'pag nag-graduate ka na, makakakuha ka ng competitive salary. This is, uh, yung mga sahod ng mga engineers lang na mention kong jobs, competitive talaga. So, ito yung reason kung bakit ako nagtiyaga nung college. So, naging inspiration ko um, yung mga developer na mga ahead sa akin and ngayon mataas yung sahod nila and yun, meet ko din naman yung competitive salary and wala akong pinagsisisihan dahil hindi ako sumuko sa IT. So, ito yung pinakamagandang reason na puwede niyong gawin as motivation sa pag-aaral. Kasi hindi lang hinto yung hirap. 'Pag nasanay na naman sa programming magiging easy na din 'yan, eh. Kasi andiyan naman si paring Google, may makakaturo tayo. So, ayun, kaya mo 'yan. May mga nakaabang na magagandang opportunities sa labas. So, ito yung number 1, mataas yung salary. Yung second item natin, the travel. So, sa current company ko, may mga empleyado na napadala sa UK and sa iba pang bansa for training, for work. So, yung iba nag-stay ng 2 years and sagot ng company yung mga accommodation nila. Pero yung food sa kanila siyempre. Um, and yun, it's an opportunity kasi 'di ba, mapupuntahan mo yung lugar na hindi mo pa na-visit before, eh. So, may mga companies na nagpo-provide sila ng travel experience sa mga employees nila, especially sa mga IT. So, 'pag 'pag programmer ka minsan nagbibigay sila ng training, let's say 6 months ka sa Australia. So, isa yon sa opportunity kung bakit hindi ka dapat mag-give up sa IT. Kasi ayun, madami ka pang mapupuntang lugar paglabas mo ng, um, paglabas mo ng, college is nakahanda yung opportunity na 'to. And third, for me, diverse culture, isa siyang opportunity for me kasi you will learn from other nationality, like Americans, Europeans, or Indians. So, sila yung mga professional na tao. So, kapag nakamit ka ng mga nationalities from other countries, yung knowledge mo and yung value mo as a person, mas madami kang matututunan. And mashi-share mo din yung natutunan mo sa kanila and mashi-share nila yung natutunan nila sa'yo. So, magkakaroon kayo ng coordination to each other and mag um, matututo ka ng work ethic nila. So, for me, it's an opportunity. Di mo masabi yung ano mo pala, yung magiging asawa mo pala 'no, ibang ibang lahi nakilala mo sa work. So, ayun, eh, may crush ka ngayon sa college, eh, yun pala may naka-ready ng ibang lahi sa'yo in the future. So, ayun, opportunity siya guys for learning and to boost up your, experience as a programmer. Okay. All right. So, let's proceed to the Q&A. I prepared few questions here na most common sa mga students, and yung mga hindi nandito will cover that later on. Okay. So, coding jobs na pwede mong pag-applyan after graduate. So, front end, back end, full stack. So, na-mention ko na to before. Masaya ba maging software engineer? Masaya naman. Sobrang saya. Minsan siyempre tao ka lang, nasasaktan ka, nahihirapan sa coding, nahihirapan sa ibang bagay. So, it's normal pero bottom line masaya naman. Um, Mabait yung, lalo 'pag mababait yung kasama mo sa work and, mag-e-enjoy ka talaga sa work mo. 'Yun, lalo 'pag mababait yung boss. For me yung mabait sa'kin na boss is yung hinahayaan ka niyang matuto, without limits. So, for me it's an honor to be an associate from that boss. So, isa yung kasiyahan sa'kin. Iba pang kasiyahan yung siyempre uuwi ka ng bahay, meron kang pagkain sa lamesa, yung mga gano'ng bagay. Ma Ma-assure mo yung salary mo, hindi ka magugutom. So, mga gano'ng simpleng bagay masaya na sa'kin. And sometimes may mga araw din na malungkot, siyempre 'pag may mga bug sa prod or may mga testing na hindi nakakapasa sa QA, siyempre tao ka lang, maiinis ka and mahihirapan ka. So, it's normal. Pero bottom line, masaya. Yun nga lang, kailangan mo talagang mag-aral palagi. So, hindi talaga natatapos yun. Pero bottom line, masaya. For me, I'm very happy na nag-IT ako and naging software engineer ako. Wala akong pagsisisi dun. Need ba laging mag-aral? Yes, kailangan laging mag-aral. Need ba matuto mag-English? Yes, kailangan mo yun. May mga kasama ba ako mag-code? Yes, may mga kasama ka. Hindi siya yung gagawin mo buong system sa'yo. So, hindi puwede mo siyang, puwede kang humingi ng tulong sa mga kasama mo sa work, puwede kayong magkaroon ng pair programming, puwede kang mag-raise ng concern sa kanila. So, hindi lang ikaw yung magko-code, may makakatulong ka, okey? Need ba madaming language na matutunan or kahit isa lang? Um, so ito medyo ano siya, subjective siya 'no. So depende siya sa tao, eh, kung yung tao na yon is gusto mag-aral ng kung ano-anong programming language, okay lang yon. Kung kaya niya i-adapt lahat, okay lang. Pero um, if sa industry natin ipo-point out 'to, hindi kasi nangyayari yung kunyari C# developer ka at the same time magja-Java ka din. So, super rare ng scenario na gano'n. So, normally ang hina-hire lang ng mga recruiters is C# developer, tapos hindi sila marunong mag-Java. So, kanya-kanyang job openings 'yan. JavaScript developer, C# developer, Java developer. So, hindi sila yung napagsasama yung language for a certain person. Pero yung mga JavaScript na framework, ayan, pwede natin siya i-consider kasi ang JavaScript is pwede naman sa lahat yun. Pero yung programming language na let's say magkahalo, C#, Java, hindi kasi nangyayari yun. So, yun yung isang yun. So, nagkaroon tayo ng technical difficulties. So, yun ba, need mo ba madaming language na matutunan? Kasi yun yung ideal. Um, hindi mo naman magagamit yung dalawang programming language sa isang solution. So, nangyayari yun pero minsan lang. Pero yung business as usual mo as a programmer, isang programming language lang. So, tayo mag-invest ka na sa pag-aaral ng isang language na ipo-pursue mo in the future. For me, it's more on C# ako. Hindi ako marunong mag-Java. So, okey naman sa C#. It's been 8 years na and nag-e-evolve pa din yung technology. So, mamili din kayo ng maganda yung community and yung language dapat naggo-grow. Okey. Next is may mga kasama ka ba mag-code? Yes, may mga kasama ka. Makakasahod? Yes. Yun, so yun lang guys. Um, I hope makapasok ka sa BSIT mo or kahit anong technical course pa man yan. Um, have your courage na magtapos, continue to work hard para lalpasan niyo yung grade niyo and sana matupad mo yung pangarap mo someday. Sipag lang, kaya mo yan. Okay, yun lang guys. So we're going to proceed now to actual Q&A.
All right. So thank you very much, JV, for that very informative presentation about different careers in IT industry. And I'm sure all of our students watching has been geared up with knowledge, and that would definitely help them to conquer the professional world. So, all right now, this is the most exciting part of our session, the Q&A session. We are now opening the floor for questions from our participants. So you may type them in the comment section and we will be addressing them right now. Okay, so medyo ano lang, medyo late kasi yung StreamYard to our YouTube live streaming. Siguro mga 1 minute, good 1 minute na
Hello?
ano siya, na delay. Hello? Yeah, yeah. Yep. So yan. So medyo delay siya. So we'll see our comment section for questions from our students. So yan. Okay. So while waiting for our speaker to come back, I think he's having a problem with his internet connection. But right now you may type in your questions for our speaker. So when he returns, masasagot niya na agad yung mga questions niyo. So don't be shy to ask questions regarding the careers in the industry right now. So yeah, so don't be shy.
Hi. Hello,
All
King.
right.
Can you
Hello,
hear
hello
me?
yan, yan. Yep. Rinig naman, rinig na. So again viewers, if you have questions with regards to the mga career na in the tech industry, you may ask
Sorry,
your
I'm
question.
having
Oh, okay.
terminal.
So medyo ano lang, medyo sluggish lang yung
Rinig na.
internet ni JP.
Okay,
Hello JP.
let's
Can you hear me na?
proceed with
Medyo ano lang, choppy yung sound mo.
hmm. Yes, yes, I can hear you. Pero medyo bagal lang.
Yan. Medyo ano lang. All right. So now we have our first question from Robbie Espaldon. So question is, may difference po ba sa workflow ng isang software developer and software engineer? Or software developer and software engineer po in general? Yan. Hello, JP? Can you hear me? Medyo nawala ata si JP. So, yan. So, while waiting for JP to return to our session, so just wanted to persuade you guys, if you want to be the next Stack League ambassador, the ambassador program for September is still open and you have 1 week left to earn your ambassador points. All right, so I think JP is here na.
I apologize
Hello, J.
again for the intermittent connection. Okay, so let's proceed with the first question. What is it?
All right, so the first
My
question is, may difference po ba sa workflow ng isang software developer and software engineer or developer and software engineer po in general?
actually ito yung tanong na medyo hindi din ako sigurado kung paano ko sasagutin 'to, eh. I never been experienced na pinag-compare yung software developer sa software engineer. I think they're, both, same, role. So, feeling ko sa ano lang 'to, more on sa tawag lang siya nagkakaiba. So, um, dun sa mga in-applyan ko, yung mga hiring managers, yung software developer din naman yung binabanggit nila or minsan software engineer. So, it's the same thing, I guess. Um, wala pa akong nakitang magkaibang software engineer saka software developer. Possibly software architect saka software engineer. Yan, magkaiba yan. Or solution architect sa solution engineer or software engineer. So, yung mga ganong role magkaiba sila. Pero for software developer and software engineer, I think there's no difference. They're the same.
All right. So thank you for that. Oh, okay. Anything
Yung
else you want
title
to
lang
add?
talaga yung nagkaiba.
All right. So yun.
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, Robbie, for this question.
Alright, so Robby, ano, wala siyang difference initially, sa name lang talaga siya nagkakaiba. So, maybe if it's about software architect or versus software engineer, dun talaga merong pagkakaiba, yung role and workflow ng dalawang position na yan. Alright, so next question is coming from Ivor Maral Dumalag. Ano po kaya dapat iti-take note pag mag-aaral ng isang programming language para mas madaling matutunan? Oops, I think JP lost connection again. So we're very sorry guys for the connection. Medyo mahina ata yung connection right now. So understandable na ito yung some of our problems no during a online setup. So hello JP. Medyo nawawala-wala ka
Actually,
lang.
depende yan sa inaaral. Kung
Hello, ayan. Hello. Yan. Can you hear
hello?
me now? Yan.
Yeah, I can hear you. So for question from Ivor, ano po yung dapat i-take note? Um, i-take note mo yung mga hindi mo maintindihan. Um, also, para mas mali ka tuto, kailangan din practice din yung certain topic, yung certain um, concept. So, kasi yung sa need natin, minsan things.
Okay, so medyo ano lang, medyo puputol-putol lang yung audio ni JP. But to summarize the answer for your question, Ivor Marl, if you have something daw na dun ka nahihirapan, you gotta take note of that one and pwede mo siyang balik-balikan hanggang sa ma-practice mo yung iyong magiging, para mapapractice mo yung solution mo for that problem. And also, you have to be consistent in learning about what you really wanted to learn and you should not stop from learning one thing lang. So yon, I think that's the advice of JP about what you should take note when you're taking or kung ano, pag nag-aaral ka ng isang programming language. So yan.
Mhm.
So you really have to
Kaila
take note kung saan ka nahihirapan and then balikan mo siya right after after mong matutunan pa yung more concept about programming for that certain programming language. And then
mm,
once na na-achieve mo na yung gusto mo matutunan, pwede mong balikan yung topic kung saan ka talaga nahirapan. And then yun, mare-resolve mo yung naging problem of before that one. So yan. Thank you
yes,
so much,
yes, yes.
JP. I think you're ano na okay na yung sound mo ulit. Yan. So
Okey na,
medyo
bumalik na ako. I
medyo ano
apologize
talaga
on
yung ano
that
no,
one.
internet right now, especially medyo maulan-ulan din. So yan.
Mm,
Okay, so
bigla
next
siyang
question,
nawawala.
oo. So next question from Jana Falcotelo. So ayan. So for you, what programming language is easy to use?
Easy to use. Easy. Probably C sharp kasi siya yung inaral ko before eh. So for me over the years naging comfortable na ako sa C sharp. Pero in reality wala talagang easing language. So tiyaga lang talaga sa pag-aaral.
Mm. Alright, so thank you for answering that question. So, since si JP kasi ano siya, sanay na siya sa paggamit ng C Sharp. So, probably yun yung sasabihin niya na programming language na pinakamadaling gamitin. So, in reality, there are no easy programming language. You really have to be consistent and you really have to learn it ng matagal para masabi mong madali mo siya magagamit. Pero in reality, yung programming languages, it all serves one purpose. It's really to develop or use it for developing yung mga projects ninyo. So yun, you really have to take one programming language that you really wanted to master and make sure na yung programming language na yun is merong magandang community that would really help you in terms of enhancing your programming skills. So ayun. So I think we
Yeah.
can since we as much as we want to take all of your questions, we are picking last two questions from our audience. So okay, next question is from Kizun Yan. Is portfolio important in applying in tech industry, especially for positions na need ng programming skills po? JP, I think you're medyo naglalag lang yung audio. But yeah,
Hindi naman necessarily sa
go on.
lahat. If ina-applyan mo web designer, potentially kailangan mo talaga yun. If naglalag ulit.
Okay, so please stand by while we wait for JP. So we're very sorry guys for that for the intermittent internet. So medyo unexpected lang na magkaroon ng internet right now. So yeah. So while waiting for JP, we have one initiative from StackLeague. It's whether you're a career shifter or a graduating student who is interested in pursuing a career in tech and would love to start a journey as a programmer or developer, our full stack coding bootcamp might be something for you. So later on, we will be sharing an info session to know more about how Stack Trek full stack bootcamp work. And if you're probably looking for a bootcamp that would help you in becoming a better developer or best developer, you might want to join that boot camp. And probably calling the attention for all of the alumni or graduating students if you want to have a secured job interview for your once you graduate from the boot camp. So you might want to join boot camp. Okay, so I think JP is here again. So let's proceed with our Q&A session. Hello, JP.
Sure, sure. Sorry about. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Yep, medyo ano lang, nag-chop-chop lang yung ano, yung sounds. But yeah, I can hear you.
So no 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 need na for back-end developer if ina-applyan mo back-end developer, no need for portfolio. If more on coding jobs yung ina-applyan mo, mas okay yung GitHub. If it's designer job like UI, UX, or graphic designer or web designer, you have to prepare your portfolio. So, yun lang. Mas interested yung business programming sa GitHub kasi doon nila makikita yung code mo rather than portfolio or design. So,
Mm.
yun.
Alright. So, just to summarize yung medyo mga parts na naintindihan ko from JP's answer is really, for portfolio is one good thing to store all of your achievements or all of your codes or all of your programs that you were able to program or develop. And if you're applying for a back end na position, you don't really have to create a portfolio for that one because they're going to look more on your skills in programming rather than your the things that you have already develop or program. So if you're working naman for if you're applying for a graphic design or UI UX designer, definitely portfolio would be an additional material for your interviewers or for the company to see kung ano yung capabilities ng isang applicant. So for that one. Okay, so we're taking in our last question. Um, we are okay. So we have one last question from Zentic. Ano pong things na kailangang gawing habit now that will help us in the future? So probably he or she is talking about programming. Ayan. Ano daw yung mga best top habit na dapat gawin?
Habit, manood ka ng mga tutorials, importante yan. Practice every day. It helps sa 9 or 8 hours, huwag mong pupuyat. It helps a lot.
Mm-mm. All right. That's,
Tutorials,
mm-mm. Okay, so medyo nawala ulit si JP. But to summarize, what he has mentioned is really to be more consistent in terms of learning about what you're developing or kung ano yung gusto mong matutunan. You really have to be consistent about that. And first, next is really watch tutorials about programming para din magkaroon ka ng idea kung ano yung mga naging problems nila, baka din ma-experience mo yung problem na yun for in that way mas alam mo na kung paano siya iso-solve and really have to be consistent and wag kang titigil to learn more and wag mong parang don't stop on a certain phase in your life na ay hindi natutunan parang okay parang ito na yung peak na natutunan ko so yon you really have to learn more about programming ayun yung best habit is to really to make yourself comfortable in learning new things. All right, so I think that would be the end for our Q&A session. So thank you so as much as we wanted to answer all of your questions, that's it for our Q&A session. And thank you everyone for your questions, and thank you JP for answering our participants' questions, and for your, of course, for that very insightful presentation. Okay, so I know that you guys are very much excited to learn more about our topics for today. So we are done with the careers in tech industry, and now we're going forward to the cryptocurrency, and to introduce to you our second speaker. Our second resource speaker is a graduate from New Era University, batch 2015, taking up business Bachelor of Science Computer Science. He is also known as CryptoPeng in the Web3 space, an active content creator about Web3, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and NFT. He has previously worked as a lead software engineer at Accenture. On the side, he is a singer at the UP Singing Ambassadors. And last but not the least, he is the current CEO and lead developer at Howdy Studios, creator of Honest Farmer Club NFT. Let's all give it up for Senior Front-End Engineer, Teo Roque. Good morning, Teo.
Musta kayo? Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me here sa Stack League and NU na talk about cryptocurrency. Um, so yeah, I'm really happy to be here and impart my knowledge about um, Web3, blockchain, and crypto in general. Since you know this technology is really vast. It's really big. So I think hindi sapat yung 30 minutes or even 1 hour na i-discuss itong tatlong to. So maybe I'll focus on, understanding what are the basic concepts and what are the fundamentals of Web3, blockchain, and crypto. So is it really worth the hype? No. So before we start, I actually wanted to know, uh, you can comment it out. How much do you know about Web3, blockchain, or crypto? You can comment one as the lowest, or maybe five as the highest. Maybe if you own any crypto or NFT in the past, uh, siguro may konting knowledge na rin kayo, especially if nag-play to earn games kayo. So, yan. I just want to gauge ano na yung knowledge nyo guys about crypto, Web3, and blockchain in general. So, meron tayo dito 2, 1, 3. I would guessing yung 3 merong na-own na NFT or crypto in the past. Okay. 3, 2. Mm-hmm. That's good, that's good. Para alam ko rin paano natin i-discuss itong basic fundamentals ng Web3, blockchain, and crypto. So yun, thank you sa mga nagsagot guys. So 1 to 3, no? Medyo fairly basic talaga yung kailangan natin pag-usapan. So since IT and CS students naman kayo, no? I just wanted to remind you before we discuss these things. So as IT people, in the information technology industry, you need to be responsible because this is tech that we are talking about. And you must always do your research. Okay? Crypto is not a quick money scheme. I know sobrang dami nyo ng nadaanan, sobrang daming dumaan sa feed nyo, sa social media nyo about crypto na, uy, malaki yung pera dito. Pwede tayong pumaldo dito. Malaki yung volatility, pwede tayong yumaman bigla overnight. So, yun yung mga common misconceptions about crypto and actually the blockchain and Web3 itself. So, dito sa Web3 space, reading is really a must. Okay? Kailangan mahilig ka talaga magbasa. Kung hindi ka mahilig magbasa, there are still audiobooks, videos, sobrang dami ng resources about Web3, blockchain, and crypto. So, pero mostly, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, actually in the entire world, marami ng misconceptions dahil din sa mga irresponsible creators, mga content creators na, just for hype, just for money, also because of greedy people. And there's there's also some misleading articles as well that already circulated in the past. And I will not teach you how to invest or uh, maybe give a call on saang crypto magandang mag-invest ngayon. So hindi ko gagawin 'yun sa talk na 'to. So I will just tell you the promise of Web3 and blockchain in general, and how can you contribute as the future tech people, and be it as a developer, as a graphic designer, as a UI UX, as a data scientist, and so on. And since actually maganda yung talk kanina, no, about the tech careers, um, you can be as a developer, as a data scientist, and so on. Dito sa Web3, syempre, it's tech din, and marami ding developers. And later, pag-uusapan natin ano yung pwedeng careers din dito sa Web3, sa blockchain and sa crypto space. So, marami siya. So, moving on. So, pag-usapan muna natin, ano ba yung Web3? Kasi baka first time nyo siyang narinig, since maraming nagsagot ng 1, 2, 3 doon sa questionnaire natin kanina. So, basically, Web3 is just the next iteration of the web. By iteration, it means parang version lang. Okay? Uh, in-improve yung previous version ng web. So, coming from Web 1, in the early 90s, yung mga nakikita nating websites or web pages are just read-only. So, hindi tayo pwede mag-contribute as user. Hindi tayo pwedeng gumawa ng content. So, read-only lang siya, mga static web pages lang. Pwede lang tayong mag-consume ng information. Okay? So, that's in the early 90s. And come Web 2, fast forward 2004, 2005, 2006, nagkaroon tayo ng read and write capability sa web. So that's when we can create content, as users sa mga social media. We can edit content sa mga web apps, we can communicate through web apps as well. We can generate content and so on. So may read and write nang nangyayari. Meron ng communication between the content, between the website, between the web, and its users, tayo. So, meron ng communication between the two parties. So, that's Web 2. Now, we are moving on to the next iteration of the web, na hindi lang siya read and write, but it's already being read, write, and own. Diba? Kasi currently sa Web 2, with social media, with Google, with YouTube, and everything, we really do not own our data. So, hawak yan. Basta binigay mo na yung data mo, yung information mo sa mga publishers na yan, sa mga companies, sa big companies, they own your data. They can sell it anywhere else. Basta pasok sa data privacy nila. Okay? Sa privacy policy nila. And you can't really do anything about it. Nito lang, nung nakaraan, way back 2018 yata or 2017, yung sa GDPR about data privacy and all, nung pinatawag yung Facebook sa ano. So, kaya siya nagkakaroon din ng maraming debates and investigation. Kasi nga, companies are selling data because people do not own their data. So, ito na yung next iteration natin, which is yung Web3, wherein we actually own as users our data. So, we have this decentralized apps. Mamaya pag-usapan natin what is decentralization. So, because we own data now with Web3, we can monetize from it. Pwede nating pagkakitaan in a sense. Mamaya pag-usapan natin. And we also have in Web3 cryptocurrencies, NFTs, VR and AR, or what we call metaverse. Because in AR or in the metaverse, like what's being built by Meta right now, 'di ba? Meron tayong parang digital uh, avatars na parang tayo 'yon. And anything that we will own in the metaverse uh, will actually owned by us, not by Meta or by any company whatsoever. So tayo talaga yung mag-own para lang siyang digital representation ng mga assets natin. So meron din tayong mga decentralized wallets and mamaya pag-usapan pa natin 'yan. So yun lang yung basic uh, transition from Web 1 to Web 3. Pero siguro kung hindi mo pa naintindihan masyado, so ano nga ba talaga yung Web 3? So, sabi nga natin, Web3 represents the next iteration or phase of the evolution of the web or internet built upon core concepts. Ito yung core concepts kaya na-establish talaga yung Web3. Ito yung lack nung Web2. So, Web3 actually solves it. Number one is yung decentralization. So, decentralization, in the most basic sense na pwede ko siyang i-discuss ngayon, it's just uh, having a legitimate copy of data which is stored in multiple computers in multiple locations in the world. Like, uh, uh, for example, meron tayong copy of data na, uh, ano pwede? Dog. Dog ID is one. And dog breed is uh, Shih Tzu, para ganun. So, kaya siya decentralized. Yung data na yun kasi, each computer that is participating in the blockchain has a copy of that data. That dog ID is one, dog breed is Shih Tzu. Parang ganon. Mamaya pag-uusapan pa natin and i-visualize natin ano yung itsura ng blockchain. Pero yun yung main concept ng decentralization. So, walang governing body na may hawak lang nung data. Okay? So, number two, core concept ng Web3 is being trustless and permissionless. So, we don't really need uh, intermediaries or mga middleman para mag-participate dito sa blockchain or gumawa ng mga bagay inside the blockchain or using the blockchain. So, it allows participants to interact directly without going through a trusted intermediary. So, mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo yun. Number three, the third one is authenticity and ownership. So by using Web3, by using blockchain and being in Web3 in general, data is verifiable. So pwede natin siyang i-verify. It is traceable. Pwede natin siyang matrack. Sino na yung mga nag-own ng data in the past before dumating sa atin. And it cannot be tampered with. Hindi siya nababago. Actually, it's immutable. Hindi siya gano'n kadaling i-hack din. So, any data na meron sa blockchain, it's basically sobrang small percentage na pwede siyang ma-hack. So, pag-usapan pa natin yun. So, how do we really utilize these three key concepts of Web3? Okay? How do we apply it? So, by using blockchain technology. Baka malito kayo. Yung difference ng Web3 and blockchain ay ano lang. Web3 is the parang concept, it's the idea, it's the iteration of the web, and blockchain is the technology and how we will apply the key concepts or the core concepts of Web3. So it's the technology itself, okay? Yun yung blockchain. And in the most basic sense, blockchain is just a ledger. Now, what is a ledger? Baka hindi nyo rin alam ano yung ledger. It's just ginagamit sa banks, sa bookkeeping, logbooks, parang ganon. That's a ledger. So, ito yung parang itsura niya on the left side. So, meron lang siyang ID or your number, meron siyang date, account, and all other information na kailangan mo doon sa ledger mo. So, blockchain, parang ganon din. Simpleng ledger lang siya, but ginawa lang siyang digital and decentralized. So, balik tayo sa decentralization, meaning, yung chunks of data is owned, or my copy, yung multiple computers in the world na distributed siya. Kaya tinatawag din siyang parang distributed and decentralized ledger. Okay? Yun yung common uh, meaning na makikita nyo sa internet ng blockchain. So, medyo ganito yung itsura niya. So, we have blocks, and it is chained together. Kaya blockchain. Okay? So, dun sa blocks na yon, what it contains is the hash and any data na pwedeng mag-represent doon sa block na yon. Okay? So, since we have the hash, and this acts like some sort of like key or susi, so how do we really chain it together? Paano siya nagiging immutable? Paano uh, hindi siya nahahack? So, these blocks contains data, and you can access it uh, uh, via hash. Okay? So, dito sa representation natin, so for the first block is 1Z8F yung hash niya, and the next one would have a hash of um, 6BQ1. Itong naka-erase. Okay? And the next block actually has a copy of the previous hash for it to be able to connect it. Okay? So, continuous process lang siya. So, this block or this current block has a copy of the previous hash, or the has a key of the previous block, parang ganon. So it's a continuous process, and kaya siya hindi nahahack dahil, for example, we have 3 blocks here, and the hacker wants to change the data of block 2. So since it's also decentralized, every computer in the world that participates in the blockchain has a copy of these 3 blocks. Okay? Imagine, like for example, 1 million computers in the world has a copy of these 3 blocks, has the same exact copy of its data. Okay? And has the same exact hashes. Okay? So that hacker would need to hack all of those 1 million computers to change the data inside. Okay? And sa blockchain, sobrang daming validators, sobrang daming computers na nagpa-participate. So it's really sobrang liit ng chance na ma-hack siya because it would need a lot of power. And also, since every block has keys, sobrang hirap niyang baguhin. So that's why it's really immutable and it cannot be changed. Okay? So dahil dito, for the 3 concepts, so we have decentralization. So balikan natin. We have decentralization, it's trustless, and it's authentic. People own it. Brands are actually using blockchain. Brands are actually using blockchain already because of these 3 concepts na kino-contribute ng blockchain sa industry. So like for example, sobrang laki na ng use cases niya when it comes to luxury brands. For example, for Prada, for Louis Vuitton, because imagine these brands needs to like track kung ano yung mga authentic na items, and there's sobrang laki ng losses nila actually when it comes to counterfeits, yung mga peke. So they found a way to fully utilize blockchain to trace authenticity, to trace the owners of each item, whoever owned them. They found a way to authenticate, to validate the items, that if it's authentic or not, if it's counterfeit or not. So ilan lang 'to sa use cases ng blockchain. Okay, so yung mga data ng mga products nila is already logged or uploaded sa mga blockchain nila. So, marami pang use cases actually for blockchain. It can be in finance, in healthcare, uh, manufacturing, e-commerce lalo. Uh, Ito yung isa sa favorite ko, yung supply chain and logistics use cases ng blockchain. Kasi personally, I'd want to solve problems sa supply chain natin here sa Philippines. So, uh, yun. I'm also trying to contribute to this space. And also sa media, tracking uh, uh, authenticity and who really owns the media. Sa property, sa real estate, pwede rin. But, excuse me, um, blockchain doesn't work as it is na gagamitin mo lang siya. So, paano ba talaga siyang gumagana? Actually, blockchain works right now using smart contracts, which are, baka malito kayo sa smart contracts, it's really not that smart. So, smart contracts, gumagana lang siya parang automated na contract. Parang imagine paper contract na na it can automate the processes once ma-validate or once ma-validate yung certain conditions. So mamaya may visualization tayo for that. Pero for the use cases of blockchain, for example, for real estates, uh, it can be with rent agreements, certificate of occupancy, leases, ganon. And for e-commerce, maraming pwedeng use cases for blockchain to utilize yung three concepts na na-discuss natin kanina. Like, pwede siya sa digital receipts, for purchase orders, sa education, marami rin actually, wala dito. For education, I think digital diploma and yung TOR natin, yung mga transcript of records natin. Kasi by that, kung digital diploma which is uploaded in the blockchain, 'di ba? Uh, you can really track if that diploma is authentic, 'di ba? Hindi galing sa recto, parang gano'n. And you know, it's a certified copy kung uploaded siya sa blockchain, and we can track it na true copy siya, from this school siya, gano'n. What else? Marami pa, lalo sa supply chain, sobrang dami. Especially if we're really losing track of goods, hindi natin alam saan ba talaga galing, uh, hindi natin alam ano talaga yung price, ilan yung naging intermediary, kaya nagpatong-patong yung prices, kaya bakit sobrang laki ng difference ng prices from manufacturing or from raw materials to distribution. Maraming pwedeng isolve itong blockchain technology with the help of smart contracts din. Pero paano nga ba gumagana yung smart contracts? So in the most basic sense, again, smart contract works like, for example, meron tayong dalawang tao. So meron tayo si Bob, gustong ibenta yung bahay niya, and meron tayo si John, gustong bilhin yung bahay ni Bob. So, meron tayong smart contract in the middle. So, paano ba yun gagana? So, si smart contract yung bahala mag-match of ng buyer and seller. So, siya na bahala dyan. And also, si smart contract yung magre-receive ng asset, ng digital asset, syempre. So, doon din siya may-store, no? Kunyari, meron lang tayong picture ng bahay. For example, gano'n na lang. And yung picture ng digital na bahay na yon, mai-store yon sa smart contract. And yung smart contract na rin yung bahalang mag-distribute ng picture ng bahay na yon kung sino man yung magbabay ng property. And siya na rin yung bahalang mag mag-distribute ng assets, nung currency, nung land deed, and nung ownership din papunta sa bagong owner. So, ano bang difference nito? Eh, 'di ba meron naman tayong mga e-commerce ngayon. Parang gano'n din naman yung ginagawa. Balik tayo dun sa key concepts, yung transparency, yung authentication, na alam natin na it's a true copy. Alam natin na authenticated siya, it's verifiable, and we can easily track ano na yung mga pinagdaanan niya. So, yun lang yung mga basic sense ng smart contracts ng blockchain, how it works. Pero sobrang lawak niya pa. And it's really hard to discuss it right now. And you really need to read a lot to better understand blockchain and what it can do. Because blockchain can be really, really disruptive when it comes to industries. Sobrang laki pa ng potential niya, and it's still early, really 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 early. Sobrang dami pang use cases na hindi nagagawa. Currently, we're just using, blockchain mostly in crypto and in NFT, and mostly in the gaming side actually, and in art. And gaya nga rin ng sabi natin kanina, sobrang dami pa, sobrang lawak pa na pwede maging use cases, especially here in the Philippines and other third world countries as well, na maraming problema about authenticity, about transparency, hindi natin natatrack sana talaga nanggaling yung assets, kanino napunta. So, ang daming pwede niyang isolve. Okay? So, punta na tayo siguro. Sana naintindihan niyo na yung how blockchain works, um, and how smart contract works. Now, onto the famous crypto and NFT that people are so crazy about. Kasi nga, syempre, hindi na natin i-sugarcoat. Ang tao, mahilig sa pera. So, dito muna sila kumapit for utilizing blockchain in crypto and NFTs, di ba? So, basically, crypto and NFT were made possible by the process of tokenization. By tokenization, it just means um, it divides, the ownership of the assets. Or you're uploading your wait, why is it moving? You're uploading your digital asset into the blockchain. Parang ganun lang yung tokenization. And by that, since nasa blockchain na siya, it's now tokenized, it has a token ID, and it's decentralized. It can be accessed, or it's every computer in the world has a copy. It's transparent. We can see it as a user. We can see that it's in the blockchain. There's an explorer for that. Uh, and yun, once tokenized na yung assets, we can actually, and since we own it as an asset, we can actually buy, sell, and trade it to other people, and it also reduces the probability of fraud, and also yung friction ng pagbabuy and sell, kasi nga wala na tayong intermediaries, all are done by smart contracts. Okay, wala nang yung mga peer to peer na na buy and sell na kailangan mong pagkatiwalaan yung taong nagbebenta. Okay, and actually that's why I think that's what blockchain actually disrupts, the culture of trust. Kasi basically in since the early days, every industry is based on trust. Like for example, for commerce, you are trust for commerce, for Lazada, Shopee, uh, kung ano mang e-commerce website yan. You basically trust the uh, the seller to do their part, na isend sa'yo yung item, na in good condition siya, na na bago siya, na hindi siya second hand, and so on. So it's basically built on trust. And since, sa napag-usapan natin kanina, blockchain is based on trustless and permissionless, um, medyo nababawasan yung friction about doon sa intermediary na yon. And kahit we really don't trust the system, uh, we can do a lot of things when it comes to, digital assets, crypto and NFTs. So ano bang difference ng crypto and NFTs? So sobrang simple lang din. NFT stands for non-fungible token. So N is non, F fungible, T is token. Fungible, baka first time nyo marinig yung fungible, it just refers to something that cannot be um, distinguished from another asset. So, like for example, itong picture na to, this is actually a data of an NFT. So it has its unique token ID. Okay, so basically NFTs are just a collection of unique token IDs. So, for example, yung picture mo has a token ID of 138, parang ganon. And your next picture mo has 139 and so on. For crypto, it is quite different because it's a fungible token. So, it has a single ID, it has a contract address na pwede mong paramihin yung amount. Okay, sa NFT kasi hindi. So, yun yung main differences niya lang din. Pero both are tokenized assets. Okay? Para hindi kayo malito. So, going back to the promise of Web3 and features of blockchain, the authenticity, traceability, um, this is now being utilized, mostly used siya talaga sa art industry and sa music industry even, since one problem with arts is, and even yung mga luxury brands, 'di ba, na discuss natin kanina, is yung proving authenticity. And sino na yun yung mga nag-own sa kanya. So like for example, in Mona Lisa, how do we know that a Mona Lisa painting is the real Mona Lisa, 'di ba? And sa music naman, like for example, dito sa album ng Beatles, uh, how do we know uh, that the music is really owned by a particular artist? Okay, kasi nagkakaroon ng sobrang daming uh, piracy when it comes to music and even movies, 'di ba? That's yun din yung binabattle ng blockchain. Yung piracy and uh, uh, pagpo-prove ng authenticity. And with blockchain, they can really verify if a collection is the true piece of art, and you can also trace who owned it from the point it was tokenized. So, aside from digital arts and music, game developers actually took notice of this. Kaya last year, sobrang tunog ng play-to-earn games, di ba? And anong naging difference niya? Naglalaro lang din naman tayo, di ba? Kasi actually, for traditional games, like for example, for Valorant, it's a Web 2 game. Kapag bumili ka ng asset sa kanila or ng gun skin, for example, itong Champions 2022 na skin, you will buy it using Valo points, 'di ba? And you will buy that Valo points inside the app, or meron mga third party na nagbebenta. Pero 'yon, you can just use it inside Valorant. You can't really trade it. Hindi mo siya pwede ibenta anywhere else. Sorry. So, yun, pati yung skin mismo, hindi mo siya pwedeng ibenta on any third party app. Pwede mo siya ibenta peer-to-peer. Ibebenta mo yung buong account. 'Di ba? Yun yung naging problem sa mga game developers. You really don't own the asset. So, yung game developers nakaisip to really utilize blockchain technology in letting the users or their players own a piece of their game, which is their game assets. Okay? Like for example, um, sa Axie Infinity, you actually own these cute axes. Okay, your game characters. You actually own them. And since you own them, you can you can buy them on decentralized platforms, decentralized apps. Kasi nga, yung data nila available sa blockchain and anyone can actually use them na may privileges doon sa smart contract. Okay? So maraming pwedeng other builders in the blockchain space na gamitin yung data na yon to represent data, to have a list of the axes, hindi lang si Axie Company or Sky Mavis yung pwedeng gumamit ng data na yon. It's available anywhere else in the world. It's publicly available. So that's the beauty of it. And aside nga doon sa you own the asset, you can trade it, you can sell it for money. It's tokenized. So yun yung naging main difference ngayon ng Web 2 gaming and Web 3 gaming. So you really own the asset. Pero sobrang early pa ng play to earn concept kasi wala pa talagang magagandang laro, to be honest, sa Web3, sa blockchain. Wala pang magandang laro like Valorant, Dota, ML, wala pa. Pero meron ng mga papausbong. And that's really exciting. Kasi, lalo yung mga metaverse games, yung mga pwede kang maki-interact, yung parang GTA 5, parang ganon. Maraming papausbong na it's a really big industry. Sa gaming pa lang. And imagine, sobrang lawak pa ng use cases ng blockchain. So blockchain is a really, really, really big tech na maraming use cases na maraming pwedeng gawin. So yun yung sa gaming part ng blockchain. So sa amin, sa Honest Farmer Club or HFC, ito yung project ko ngayon. We are leveraging blockchain naman and its DeFi and GameFi capabilities. DeFi meaning decentralized finance and GameFi, game finance. So it's somehow like a play and earn na merong exclusivity. Like, I'm not sure if nakakita na kayo ng mga NFT profile picture art like this one. So this is what we call NFT art or NFT PFP art na it actually gives you exclusivity kasi since nasa smart contract lahat, nakalog sa smart contract yung mga art na yon, it's a collection of 3,000 pieces of art. So, once matrack namin na holder ka netong art na to, nakita namin sa blockchain na holder ka neto, we will give you some perks. And you can actually access our app. Okay? So that's what makes it really decentralized as well. Kasi gaya nun, main difference then with Web2 and Web3 is that pag sinabing decentralized app kasi, you don't need login. You don't need email, you don't need password. You just need your decentralized wallet. Okay? And yung wallet na yon, nandun lahat ng assets mo. Yung mga crypto mo, yung mga NFTs mo, nandun lahat. Okay? And that's what you need to connect to decentralized apps like yung ginagawa namin. You don't need email, you don't need password. You don't need to provide your personal information. Yun yung kinagandahan ng decentralized app. Binabasa niya lang yung data na available sa blockchain. And anyone else, aside sa amin, pwedeng gamitin yung data na yun actually. Pero puro read privileges lang. Pwede nilang i-display yung NFT din sa website na pwede nilang gawin, ganun, pero walang right privileges. Yun yung kinagandahan ng blockchain din. And balik tayo dito sa DeFi and GameFi. So since this is available in parang exclusive siya, so we also allow NFT staking. Para lang siyang staking is like parang time deposit sa bangko. You actually lock or stake your NFT and then you will earn our cryptocurrency called Potato in return. So you are locking your NFT, your asset, for you to gain cryptocurrency. So para lang siyang time deposit in a sense, para mas magets nyo rin yung concept ng staking. Pero medyo mas malawak pa yan and may konting differences with time deposit. So yon. That's HFC, that's what we are building. And marami pa kaming mga mini-games dyan, may play and earns din kami, and may mga parang betting games, and marami pang iba. And soon, we'll somehow integrate our real-life farm sa Nueva Vizcaya. So meron kaming 1.5 hectares na farm doon. And it will be exclusive for holders. Like, kasi marami na kaming ano dyan mga animals, mga crops, na soon magkakaroon kami ng mga processed goods, processed food na ibebenta namin. And magkakaroon ng sariling brand. And ang maganda sa blockchain, we can log everything sa blockchain. And that would automatically send uh, you know perks, even cryptocurrency, part of the sales to our holders. And that's with the power of smart contracts. So, maraming pwedeng gawin sa blockchain. And that's why it's really fascinating as a technology. So, aside dito, sa ginagawa namin, there's still a lot to build. Gaya nga nung nasabi ko kanina, pwede kang mag-contribute sa finance, healthcare, manufacturing, e-commerce, lahat yan. Pwede mong salihan. Pero lahat kasi ng nakita nyo kanina, or almost all, lalo yung sa play and earn gaming, pati yung sa amin, they are all available in the public and permissionless blockchain. Meron din kasi tayong tinatawag na private blockchains or permission blockchains. So, ayun yung mga ginagamit ng mga enterprises, ng mga big companies para, kasi 'di ba yung mga permissionless and public blockchain, nakikita yan ng buong mundo. Pwedeng ma-access yung data, pwedeng makita. And some enterprises don't want that. They just want to harness the blockchain technology pero gusto nilang sa kanila lang. That's also possible because we have private blockchains and permission blockchains. So that's another topic. Medyo mas malawak pa 'yon. And yun nga, since early pa lang yung blockchain, there's still a lot of problems to solve. There's the speed because currently blockchain is really, really slow. Especially layer ones, yung mga naunang blockchain, sobrang slow pa nila. Kasi mababa rin yung network capacity nila and hindi sila scalable. Like, for example, sa Ethereum, ilang transactions lang per second yung pwedeng magawa. So, nai-stuck siya. Kaya bumabagal yung network. Okay? And mataas sa energy consumption. Pero buti nga, last time, nagkaroon ng big changes sa Ethereum blockchain. Hindi na siya proof of work, meaning yung validators ay gumagamit ng actual computers, lumipat na siya into proof of stake. So, ibang topic ulit yan. Pero in a most basic sense, yung Ethereum ngayon, for us to use the network or the blockchain, hindi na siya gumagamit ng maraming computers. So, nabawa siya ng 99 point something percent ng energy consumption in the world. So I think naka-contribute din 'yun sa 2% yata, if I'm not mistaken, na na-save natin dahil dun sa ginawang changes na 'yon. So currently, I think si Bitcoin na lang ang gumagamit ng sobrang daming energy para magamit. Tapos marami pang problem sa blockchain, lack of implemented use cases na nabanggit natin kanina. Mostly pa-hype lang ngayon yung mga crypto, NFT, and hindi pa talaga na-utilize lalo dito sa Pilipinas. And yun nga, lack of proper education kasi marami ding irresponsible creators na they're focusing on money. And as IT people, we ourselves as developers, future Web3 developers, we should be accountable and responsible din sa pag-educate ng ibang tao about the blockchain technology and what it can really disrupt in the industry. And if you want to build in Web3, you can join MetaCrafters where ako ay isang peer mentor doon. So isa ako sa mga tumutulong sa mga developers na kung may nahirapan silang lesson, gano'n. And MetaCrafters is a learn and earn platform for aspiring Web3 builders. And pag natapos yung course, meron kayong NFT diploma na pwede nyong ipakita sa mga employers na pwede ring partners ng MetaCrafters kasi marami siyang big companies na partners. So since NFT diploma siya, it's authentic, it's traceable, and verifiable. So let's watch this short video about MetaCrafters.
For you. How much
Is there
question for
audio?
you.
May audio naman
How
na.
much do you think you can make working in Web3? The potential earnings are enormous. Web3 will create opportunities for people around the world in economics, art, and education. And our company, Proof of Learn, is turning these opportunities into reality. Proof of Learn is a Web3 education platform where students can learn and earn. That is, earn rewards while learning, mentoring others, and upskilling towards a new career. Our premier project is MetaCrafters. It's an immersive gaming experience that brings the history and lore of blockchain to life, while it teaches Web3 developers to code on the blockchain. As developers learn, they gain powerful educational opportunities and upward mobility while meeting the growing demand for Web3 skills.
Check this out. Today, less than 1% of active software developers know how to code on the blockchain. But their value is massive. This small but mighty group has created $112 million of value each. Blockchain protocols have a strong interest in teaching developers how to code and build applications on their chain. And MetaCrafters is partnering with several of these major protocols. These partners will help with curriculum development, sponsor the learning rewards, and later access these developers for recruiting and hiring across their ecosystem.
The cost of entry for developers is super low. Free, in fact, for introductory courses. Once they complete intro courses, they earn rewards. For more advanced courses, a developer pays tuition upfront but gets 90% back of their tuition after completing the courses. They also get additional compensation in the form of crypto utility tokens, we call CRED, and governance tokens, we call CRAFT. CRED can be converted to cash or other cryptocurrency. Craft tokens can eventually be traded and converted as well. In addition, developers who complete a course will receive treasure NFTs, which can either be used in our MetaCrafters gaming experience or sold for additional earnings. As developers complete courses, a Proof of Learn NFT gets inscribed on the blockchain. This mark serves as a developer's resume and is accessible to future employers as a proof of skill. The metaverse is out there, everyone, just waiting to be further built. And the next generation of great talent is out there as well. But we have to break down boundaries around educational access in order to train them. And that's exactly what we're doing with MetaCrafters. Come join us in this fun and collaborative new world.
So yun no, sobrang excited ng MetaCrafters actually. It's actually a game where you can learn Web3 development and earn at the same time. So yun, that's basically it. So if you want to be a builder in the Web3 space, if you want to be a developer or even a creator, actually pwede rin, graphic designer, UI UX, it's up to you. You can join MetaCrafters as well. So yun, if you want to learn more, follow me at beacons.ai/cryptopeng. So makikita nyo tong page na to. Or if you have some questions, connect with me fast on Twitter. Marami rin akong pinapost doon about Web3, blockchain, development. Ayun, follow nyo ako sa CryptoPeng_NFT. So, yan. I'm open for the Q&A.
Okay, so thank you very much, Theo, for that very interesting and huge topic about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and even NFT. So pretty sure that information will definitely come in handy, especially that our transaction process is fast evolving. So right now, we are now opening the floor for questions. So if you have any questions about our session for today, you may type them in the comment and we will be addressing them now at our Q&A session. Okay, so let's go over our comment section. Maybe they're kind of thinking lang kung ano yung itatanong nila regarding the topic for today. Okay, so let's wait maybe a minute or so. All right, now, before while we're waiting for the questions from our audience, is there what is the process on how to like sign up or go to MetaCrafters? Parang paano sila makaka-join sa MetaCrafters?
Yeah, pwede kayong pumunta dun sa link na pinrovide ko earlier, yung beacons.ai/cryptopeng. And I actually have the Discord link for MetaCrafters there. So, puntahan nyo lang yon, pasok kayo sa Discord and ask the moderators or maybe tag me that you came from this webinar, you know, yun. Reach out lang kayo doon sa Discord ng MetaCrafters. And marami namang resources din doon about how to start in Web3, what should you learn first before diving into the development side of Web3. So maraming resources din doon.
Okay, so since most of our audience would are students or graduating students, so it could be a question if do they need to pay for something before joining the MetaCrafters, or do they have a certain requirement to be able to join for in MetaCrafters?
Yung introductory courses, it's totally for free. You just have, I think, to apply first for you to be able to access the courses. And sorry, what's the second question?
If there is a certain requirement for them before they can actually join MetaCrafters.
Yeah. Wala naman. Pero I think since na-experience ko na yung courses, because I was the one who also beta test it, it would really help if you have some JavaScript knowledge na rin. And for further courses, it will also help if you know React.js as well. Kasi medyo mabilis mag-advance yung courses din. And if you don't know JavaScript or React, baka yun, matagalan ka rin matapos yung courses.
Alright. So, pero ano naman, hindi naman siya close lang sa, let's say for example, hindi talaga siya knowledgeable with React.js. So, pwede pa rin naman siyang
Pwede,
mag-join.
yeah.
Although,
Pwede mag-join.
medyo mabagal lang yung ano, no?
Yeah.
Medyo mabagal lang yung process niya. Alright, so we have our first question from Jiro. From what I've seen po mostly on social medias, why do most people say NFTs are bad?
Yeah,
Or
yun
siguro
din
ano
yung
yung downside niya, no?
Oo. Yun din yung nabanggit ko kanina. There are a lot of irresponsible creators, greedy people who are just in it for the money na hindi talaga na-utilize what NFTs could really be used for. Like for exclusivity, for building a community. Most people are looking at it as a money cash grab. So, hindi siya na-utilize ng maayos. And yung mga use cases ng NFTs hindi talaga nagagawa. Kasi yung mga projects meron yung mga roadmap na para saan ba yung NFT ko? Ano yung utilities nito? And almost all, karamihan talaga dito sa space ay hindi nag-overpromise lang. They're not really delivering. And sa amin, sa side namin, since HFC or Honest Farmer Club is also an exclusive NFT, you know, we're really actually we're not we didn't overpromise but we overdeliver. So ang dami na naming na introduce na use cases, and yun continuous din yung partnerships. So uh, we really want to onboard people na hindi talaga maalam pa sa Web3, and we really want your first experience, kasi marami kaming in-onboard na ano na freshies, mga hindi pa talaga maalam sa Web3. And we really want your first experience to be a good one. That's why uh uh yun, gusto namin basagin yung negative
Yung
side ng
stereotype.
NFT din.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So that being
So
said, no, from what Theo's mentioned, no, NFTs, yung image niya nagiging bad because of bad creators, of course, and kung paano nila gustong gamitin si NFT, which is mostly money lang. Most of the creators want money. So, just an advice then, for Jiro is to really look for a community that is good for NFTs. Kung ano talaga yung function ng NFTs or kung paano dapat siya ginagamit. So, Theo mentioned is the Honest Farmers Club. So, yun yung community niya right now. So, if you're looking for a NFT community, siguro you can join yung kay Theo, which is yung Honest Farmer Club, and more on ano sila, as mentioned earlier, hindi sila nag-overpromise because they are over-delivering. So yun. So kung nag-worry ka kung saang community ka magjo-join, you may join yung community ni Theo para maging komportable ka din and panatag ka kung saan parang free ka sa gagawin mo. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to our next question. Let's look on the comment section if we have question pa to Theo. Come on, guys, don't be shy to ask questions because I know for a fact this is a very interesting topic since most of the parang community, no, you would hear talaga cryptocurrency, blockchain, and so on. Yeah. So since medyo related to sa courses na tinitake nyo right now, so you might want to be interested with this topic.
siguro I can mention yung mga previous questions din sa akin sa mga content ko sa YouTube and TikTok, na interested din talaga sila kasing maging Web3 developer. And since I'm talking to IT and CS people, I think I can share it here.
Sure.
Yeah, most common question is ano yung mga tech stack daw na kailangan for Web3? For tech stack, currently kasi nagsimula ako as front-end developer dito sa Web3. So I'm just using, JavaScript and React. But if you want to be a smart contract developer, sa iba-iba rin kasi yan per blockchain. Meron tayong Ethereum-based blockchain, meron tayong Solana-based blockchain, and iba-iba yung tech stack. Well, for Ethereum, we're using Solidity. So you can Google it up, search nyo what is Solidity, para siya ginagamit. And for Solana, we're actually using Rust. So it's a pretty medyo low level siya actually. So medyo mahirap siya. And if you want to start off, maybe start with Solidity first before Rust. Ano pa ba yung mga common questions?
Maybe you may want to share with them what are the tips or tricks kung ano yung mga parang pang beginner friendly na na tips kung magjo-join na sila for blockchain or cryptocurrency ganyan. What could be the best tip or habit na kailangan nilang gawin or they need to instill in their hearts before joining the community?
Yeah. Nabanggit ko rin kanina actually. In this space, reading is a must. Don't just rely on content creators, what you watch, what they say, because believe me, there's really a lot of content creators that doesn't even do the research. So you must read on your own.
That's really a good that's really a good advice for all of our freshies with
Yeah.
this kind of community, you really have to research first. Wag yung sugod ng sugod, or parang just
Just
really
aping
test the
in.
waters first, kasi baka
Yeah.
malunod ka pag hindi ka masyadong
Yeah.
nagre-research for that one, for that matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question. We have one question again from our audience. It's from Robbie Espaldon. With the ups and downs po sa economy natin, is there a way na matutulungan tayo ng crypto?
Crypto specifically, actually, I also asked myself this question way back 2020. Last year pala, 2021, when Axie was really booming, ang daming yumaman, ang daming natulungang scholars. So, I was thinking, paano kung lahat ng tao nag-earn na ng crypto na sobrang laki? Sobrang laki. And, people are like, parang kasi, naging money maker talaga yung Axie at that time. So, paano pag lahat ng tao nag-earn ng crypto tapos they are actually exchanging crypto to peso? So, anong magiging effect nun sa economy? Is it positive or negative? Medyo naisip ko siya and wala rin ako masyadong nakitang um, totoong answer. Pero more on naglilin ako ng medyo negative siya in a sense. Kung yun lang kung single source lang, kunyari Axie Infinity and we're earning crypto, exchanging it to peso. Kasi ano ba yung ano ko dun? Nag uh, Imagine walang real, kasi medyo mahirap kasi sa economy eh. The concept of money is ano lang yan, paano ba medyo controversial kasi tong ups and downs eh.
medyo mahirap din talagang
Is there a
sagutin
way na
kasi
matulungan tayo ng crypto? Pero
Pero
yun,
initially, yung idea, ano yung siguro na lang, what would be the best benefit of joining or using crypto? Yan na lang. Para
well,
mas focus yung siguro ano lang yung positive benefit ng cryptocurrency.
sa economy kasi mahirap siyang since hindi pa talaga regulated yung crypto, mahirap siyang i-connect directly sa economy. Pero siguro in a user sense, crypto can help us in a lot of ways. Like for example, in remittances, if you have relatives that also know how to buy and sell crypto, how to send crypto, yung remittances natin wala ng transaction fee or sobrang less. Like for example, yung mga ganong use cases, as a person, as a community member, uh, or yun, as a person na namumuhay ng araw-araw, it can really help us in our daily lives. Pero when it comes to economy, mahirap sabihin kasi wala pa tayong regulations talaga on how it will be beneficial and how it will be destructive at the same time.
Mm-mm.
Mahirap.
So yan. For now, the really use of cryptocurrency is yung to help you on your day-to-day life, no? Or
Yeah.
day-to-day na needs mo. So yan. So if
Yeah.
you are transacting with another member of the community, so maliless na yung transaction fees and parang medyo mas mabilis na siya on your end. So in terms of siguro economy, hindi pa siya masasabi right now because faster yung pag-grow pa rin naman nung cryptocurrency or nung community ng cryptocurrency. Okay, so last question. As much as we wanted to take all of your questions, so baka may mga questions kayo for later on. This will be the last question for our Q&A session. So from Jiro again, for cryptocurrency naman po, how do we know what crypto coins we should invest to and what to look out for?
How do we know what cryptocurrency we should look out for? For crypto coins, magkaiba yung coins and tokens actually. Coins are native to their blockchain. So mostly yun yung ginagamit sa mga transaction fees. For example, for Ethereum blockchain, ang ginagamit syempre Ethereum. For Binance Smart Chain, BNB, Solana, Sol. So siguro kung tokens, yung tinanong mo, So what crypto tokens you can invest on. Um, lagi mong unang titignan yung use case nung token na yon, ah, kailan siya nami-mint, kailan siya nabu-burn, ano yung mga pwede mong paggamitan ng tokens na yon. Is it used for just for uh, transactions, for transaction fees? Is it used for buying things? Is it used for minting NFTs? Aralin mo para saan yung token na yon. And syempre, after that, kilalanin mo yung team behind it. If docs ba sila, docs meaning nagpakilala ba sila, may mukha ba sila behind the project. Kasi uh, sobrang dali gumawa ng token actually. You can create a token in 5 minutes or in less than 5 minutes. So anyone in the world can create one. And yun, you need to know that the team is honest and has
Mm-mm.
really a vision for that specific token or in their project in general. So, meron din kasi talaga mga, meme coins, meme tokens na na nandyan lang for fun. So, if you're a first timer, in the Web3 space, in the crypto space, I don't recommend investing on meme tokens. It's a big no. It's a big X. So, yeah, know about projects that are really promising. Like, kung nakita mo, itong project na to, wala pang ibang project sa Web3 space na gagawa ng ganito, na ni-utilize talaga yung power ng blockchain, and they
Mm-mm.
have their own token, go for it. Ganun. Do your research din.
Okay, so it really all boils down to do your research talaga, hard research, hindi lang basta parang one time magre-research talaga. If you really wanted to be part of the community, you really have to do your research, read more, and make sure na you are getting advice from parang yung mga experience na nasa community. And really, as mentioned, no, sabi ni Tio, don't invest on meme coins, tama ba? Meme tokens,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that one. That's one advice for you, Jiro. Okay, so thank you
I
so
just
much.
remembered, sorry.
Go ahead.
Don't be FOMO'd. FOMO is just means fear of missing out. Like, for example, may dumaan sa feed mo, sa TikTok, sa YouTube, sa Facebook, Twitter, na, hey, buy this token. This will most likely, 100x, 10x, or lalaki yung value niya in just a couple of hours, a couple of days. Don't dive in. No, it's a big
Mm-mm.
no. Huwag kayong papasok sa ganun. Kasi yung
Don't
mga
really be
creators,
impulsive
bayatin,
talaga, no?
yeah,
You really have to do your
yeah.
research.
Don't let your emotions buy in for you. Parang ganun.
Mm-mm. So yun. So sometimes talaga no, pag parang nakakakita ka ng mga clickbait na ay shock. Parang shocks pera to, ganun. Parang
Yeah.
it would really help me right now. So yun, medyo ano lang, take a deep breath or have a breather kung talaga mong gusto mo siyang pasukin, or
Mhm.
really make your research before going into it.
Yeah.
Kasi sigurado pag nakapasok ka na doon, baka imbes na matulungan ka, lalo ka pang
Yeah.
lalo ka pang nalugmok at hindi ka na
Yeah.
natulungan talaga.
And then
So
put
yun.
your
So,
life savings.
oo, tama din naman. So don't put all of your parang money in there and hindi ka pa
Yeah.
sure kung talagang kung talagang mag evolve yung investment mo. So
Yeah.
anyway, thank you so much, Theo, for answering all of the questions right now. So I think that would be the last question for our session for today. And if you need more details, you can connect with Theo after this session. So Theo, can you share with them? Can you share with everyone how can they reach you?
Yeah, so ayun, pinakita ko na rin kanina. So if you want to learn more, follow me at beacons.ai/cryptopeng. Nandyan din yung links ng Discord server ng Honest Farmer Club, na Metacrafters, may Twitter, nandyan din. Pero kung gusto mo kung i-follow lang sa Twitter, go ahead and type in cryptopeng_NFT. Yun.
All right. So thank you so much, Theo, no? And thank you everyone for your questions. And thank you, Theo, for answering our participants' questions. And of course, for that very insightful presentation about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and NFTs. All right. So
Okay.
that concludes the StackLeague University Series National University Edition. Now we move on to our next program, which is the info session. So whether you're a career shifter or a graduating student who is interested in pursuing a career um, in tech and would love to start a journey as a programmer or developer, our full stack coding bootcamp might be something for you. So to give you or to discuss the full stack coding bootcamp, we have here Haifa, the head of growth of StackTrack, to give out a info session about full stack bootcamp of StackTrack.
Hello, everyone. If today you are very interested to pursue a career as a coder in the IT industry, but isn't confident with your skills or with having zero or minimal experience, then this opportunity is for you. In the next few minutes, you'll learn about the StackTrack Full Stack Bootcamp that trains you to become a job ready programmer in just 4 months. So, as you can see here, you have two options. The first one is the co living bootcamp. This is the first of its kind here in the Philippines as it combines both learning and lifestyle into one exciting and rewarding experience. It means you will be living in one building with other boot campers and you will be able to leverage all of the amenities and the social experience of learning with other boot campers. So that's the first one, it's co-living. And then the other option is digital. It is virtual. That means you can take this boot camp anywhere. By anywhere, it means if you are in the province, then you can take this boot camp at the comforts of your home. Or if you enjoy traveling, then you can also take the boot camp while you are traveling. Now, for you to be able to understand and get a picture of what exactly are we going to do when we enter the boot camp. So, let's assume that you already applied and earned a slot in the boot camp. We would like you to give a virtual tour so that you can imagine what a day looks like as a boot camper. So, here in the next few minutes, you can also imagine and also experience virtually what it is like, what you will be doing, and what will be the experience like learning with StackTrack. So the first thing that you do in your day is have the daily discussions with your trainers and peers. So since you will be building real world applications, always remember that in this boot camp, we focus on your practical skills, the skills that you can really use and immediately practice. And in your daily discussions with your trainer, you will be covering various topics. And the topics that you will be covering will depend based on what module you are in during that day or during that week. So remember, you are building real world applications, and the benefit here for you, especially if you have zero experience yet, is that at the end of the boot camp, you will already have a bunch of projects that can showcase your skills based on the real world applications that you already built. So you already built yourself a portfolio at the end of the bootcamp, and then that showcases your ability, your skill as a coder to your potential employers. So the next thing that you do after your daily discussions with your trainers and peers is that you now go on and do and complete your hands-on coding modules. It also covers advanced curriculum. We want to focus on the topics and the skills that is relevant today, not relevant 5 years ago, but relevant today and in the future as well, because the technology has trends. Now we also know what are the trends that we must be able to cover for you, that when you start working already, the skills that you have are relevant. And also, as what I mentioned earlier, since you are building real world applications, it is project based, so that when you apply the new learnings that you have, you can already build a project that you can showcase you can publish it online and then show it to your potential employers once you start looking for your first tech job. And the good thing about it is also the live trainer. So after you go through the module, do the exercises, learn the things that you need to learn, once you hit a bump or you're having a difficulty, the platform or the bootcamp has a one-on-one live trainer's capability. And what exactly is this? So in just one click, when you are having a problem with the exercises that you're doing or the project that you are doing, in just one click, you get connected to the next available trainer, and then you will be able to chat with that trainer immediately. So you can share your screen with the trainer, you can code together with your trainer, and you can discuss with the trainer with the challenges that you are having. As you can see, it's quite different because as you code together with your trainer, it feels like it's very interactive and it's very personal because the trainer is focused on you as you try to learn that specific skill or try to resolve that specific challenge. So here we would like to show you what it is like. So here we have an example of a trainer named John, and John is talking with his trainer and trying to consult the problem that he is having. So on the right side, there is that chat. And then at the middle is you can see the code that they are working or coding together. So that it's what it's like to be in this to be in the training platform, to be part of the boot camp. So you will never worry about not being able to complete a specific challenge or specific coding exercises or a project, because if you're having difficulty, you have your trainers with you available to assist you with your coding problems. And this is an example of one of the projects from one of our boot campers. So they are building real world applications so that at the end of the boot camp, again, you will have a portfolio ready that showcases your acquired skills. But one of the important things that we also would like to highlight is that in this boot camp, it's not just about the technologies that you learn. We would like to focus on building a strong coding foundation for you. Now, what is a strong coding foundation for you like? It means that at the start of the boot camp, you are going to focus on the module that builds you your core foundation. And having a strong coding foundation allows you to know that technology today, they're pretty much similar, but also different in the way that in terms of syntax, those things, or the kind of strategies they use to implement things. Now, having a strong foundation allows you to learn different technologies faster. Today, technologies evolves a lot. So the version of, let's say, Python that you are using today is quite different than the Python that you will be working with in the next few months or few years. There are libraries that are no longer available. There are implementations that is no longer being used. And that way, you can adjust quickly if you have a strong foundation. And also because you will be in the tech industry, in the future, you won't be using the same technology over and over again. Likely, you will be using new technologies, new frameworks, and if you have a strong foundation, having these skills, having to learn these new technologies is no longer that challenging for you because you know the best way to learn a technology because you have a strong foundation. That means in the future, learning other technology is much easier for you already. Okay, so that's the coding part. And then here on the next on the next video that we would like to show you is that the full stack bootcamp has demo days. So we have demo days each month, and what I will show you is one of the websites built by one of the programmers with no coding background, meaning non-coder talaga siya, and that he was able to build this website in just 1 month in the bootcamp. So as you can see, even if you have zero background, the bootcamp is beginner friendly enough for you to understand and be able to build websites even if you have zero background. Okay?
Okay, so thank you so much, Haifa, for that informative presentation about the full stack bootcamp. So we will be having another info session tomorrow. That's Thursday, 11 a.m. You may register via bit.ly slash stacktrack bootcamp dash sep 22. Or you can message us on Facebook for more information. It's fb.com slash stacktrack. All right. So, and here are the upcoming Stack League announcements or events. We have our Stack League Challenge Novice Edition for women on September 27, Tuesday at 6 p.m. And we also have our Stack League Tech Session Fastest Dev in the Cloud J Hipster AWS Cloud 9 on September 28, Wednesday at 6 p.m. So there are plenty of opportunities for you to learn here in Stack League. You may go to fb.com/stackleague/events for the registration details and get the latest updates. And of course, for the Stack League Ambassador for September is still ongoing and still accepting entries. You still have 1 week left before you earn your ambassador points. And to earn your ambassador points, you can either refer to your friends and family or submit your blog sharing your Stack League experience, or you can do both. Just visit bit.ly/StackLeagueAmbassador 2022 for more information. And also, make sure to earn your league points to unlock the challenger levels and receive corresponding prizes. So that's all for our announcements. And on behalf of Stack League team, I would like to say thank you to everybody for joining the Stack League University Series, National University Edition. If you don't have a Stack League account yet, make sure to create one or sign up now at stackleague.com, and of course invite your friends and family who you think should be part of the league. So see you guys at the next Stack League event. This has been your host King. So have a nice day everyone. Paalam.